and today I will be talking about bandaging. My horse's name is Royal, and today he's in cross ties because I know his behavior with bandaging. However, if I did not know the horse and the horse was unfamiliar with me, I would have a handler. The types of bandages I will be using today are the polo bandage, the standing bandage, the stack bandage, the wound bandage, and the hook bandage. Some of the reasons why we bandage are to reduce swelling, protection from impact, provide warmth in stiff joints, shield from contamination, and shipping. However, we do not do bandaging commercially. Bandaging, we need to make sure that we always choose the right bandage. When bandaging, we always leave it on no longer than 12 hours, except for the polo bandage. Whenever we apply a bandage, we never want to sit on the ground. However, we will squat like this, walk easy, squat, and always watching the horse's behavior. We always want to practice bandaging often because a poorly wrapped bandage can cause injury. The first bandage I will be discussing is the polo bandage. We use a polo bandage for protection and warmth in the legs during light exercise. However, we do not use polo bandages in wet environments because it will cause discomfort to the horse and then cause for the polo to fall off. However, polo bandages, even though they protect the legs, they do not support the legs. They are used mostly for style and fashion. The polo bandage is made out of fleece or felt and is held on by Velcro. However, if the Velcro does not stick, make the polo stay on, then you can use masking tape to replace the Velcro. To apply the polo bandage, I will make sure the horse is okay, and I'm going to put it on a front limb, and I'm going to put it right below the knee on the cannon bone. Whenever we put the polo bandage on, we want to make sure it goes front to back and not vice versa. So I'll start right below the knee, just like I said, and as I go, I'm going to make even spacing and make sure there's no wrinkles. Just like so. And then I will make sure I cup the fetlock where the ergot is located. I will come back up, and I will now make my V right in the center. I will make my way up, continuing my even spacing, making sure there are no wrinkles, feeling my way around. Watching the horse's behavior, see if anything has changed. And I will finish off by using the Velcro to hold the bandage on. To remove the polo, instead of rolling it backwards, which is a slower process, I'm just going to swiftly and carefully undo the polo bandage like this. And that's how you apply the polo bandage. The next bandage I will be talking about is a standing bandage. When we use a standing bandage, we use it to prevent and reduce swelling, protect a wound from getting debris and dirt in it. We use it for poultice and sweats, and it can be left on for 10 to 12 hours maximum. When we apply a standing bandage, we want to make sure that it's not too tight, that there's not uneven pressure, and that there's not wrinkles, because this will cause cording, which is cutting circulation off in the leg. The materials that you use for a standing bandage are a quilt wrap, a pillow wrap, which I have right here, and a no-bow, which is the first layer of the standing bandage. Today I will be using a track wrap, which will be the second layer, and to hold the track wrap on, there is a piece of Velcro. However, to secure that even more, we use masking tape. Besides the track wrap, you can also use the knit wrap and the flannel, both shown here. To apply the standing bandage, I will always pay attention to my horse's behavior. When putting on the standing bandage, I will have the top of the bandage be at the middle of the knee and the bottom of it down to the fetlock. I will pay attention at all times to my horse's behavior and making sure that there are no wrinkles in my quilt wrap. I will make sure that there is even all the way around and tight. Just like so. I will then take my track wrap and I will start in the middle. I will start right below the knee. And this is going to secure the pillow wrap on the horse's leg. Again, making sure that there are no wrinkles whatsoever, not being in a hurry, taking my time. taking any wrinkles out of it that I see. I'm going to leave a ½ inch on top and on the bottom of my wrap. So here, I'm going to start going up now, getting all the wrinkles out. I will make my V just as I did with the polo bandage, keeping even spacing, going up, making sure there are no wrinkles. Again, at the top, keeping a ½ inch of the pillow wrap showing. I will then secure it with the Velcro, making sure that there was no wrinkles. Getting all of my wrinkles out, I'll secure it. Now, even though this Velcros, we can't always trust the Velcro. So I have masking tape. And what we'll do with the masking tape is we'll make a spiral to secure the Velcro wrap to stay on. So just like so, I'll make 2 to 3 rounds of the tape. And then with this, I can make a little tab, so it's easier for me to take the tape off when I go to change it. Now, to remove the standing wrap, I will undo the tape, and just like the polo, I will not roll it back up. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to undo the Velcro, and swiftly and smoothly, just take the track wrap off, and take the bandage off. Just like so. And that's how you apply and remove a standing bandage. The next bandage I will be discussing is a stack wrap. We use a stack wrap to reduce swelling or to prevent fat leg. We also use a stack wrap to protect a wound that is above the knee or the hock. Again, just like the standing wrap, these should be left on no longer than 10 to 12 hours maximum. Our materials that we use in the stack wrap are longer pillows instead of shorter pillows like the standing wrap, because we have an anchor phase with this wrap, which we need to support and create a nice shelf for the top of the stack wrap. We also use 3 track bandages instead of 1, and we also use masking tape to secure the Velcro. I will now do the first part of the stack wrap, which is the anchor phase. Always pay attention again to my horse's behavior. Unlike the standing bandage, how we stopped at the fetlock, we're going to come down even further to the coronet band, just because so we can create a better shelf for when we put our top bandage on. So, put right here, just like the standing bandage, making sure I have no wrinkles, keeping it nice and tight so it does not slide down. Keeping wrinkles out, taking my time, not getting in a hurry. Tucking everything in where it needs to be. Got my track wrap, just like before. Start in the middle of the wrap. Getting wrinkles out, just like so. Keeping it nice and snug so it does not fall down while he has it on. Keeping even spacing as I go. And just like the standing bandage, I want a ½ inch showing, top and bottom. So now, keeping wrinkles out, I will now make my way up. I'm going to try and do my V just like so. Keeping even spacing all the way up. And just like before, I'm going to Velcro it on. Making sure my Velcro is even. And just to make sure that that stays on, I have masking tape to secure the Velcro. Make a spiral just like before. 2 or 3 rounds should be enough. Cut it off and make a tab so it's easier to get off. And that is the first part of the stack wrap. I will now do the top part of the stack wrap. Here, I'm going to set it directly on top to make a shelf, right on top of the first bandage that I put on. Here's a little bit trickier because as we go up the leg, it gets bigger. So making sure there's no wrinkles, keeping it right on top, tucking in the rack, making sure it's right on top. Don't be in any hurry. Making sure it's all tucked in. Just like so. Take my second track wrap, like before, start in the middle. It's okay if you have to take a second and straighten things out. Start going around just like so, making sure there's no wrinkles in there whatsoever that could cause cording. Taking your time. Making sure there's no wrinkles whatsoever. Making sure I look all the way around. There's no wrinkles and even spacing. And now I'm going to start to go up. Keeping my even spacing. Whoa. Always watching my horse's behavior, making sure nothing changes. And then lastly, strapping on the Velcro like usual. Just like before, I will take my masking tape, just so the Velcro does not come loose throughout the night and to make the whole entire bandage fall off. Just like so, making my spiral, making my tab, and completing the second part of the stack wrap.